Maker Faire 2014 was recently held at the New York Hall of Science. Talent and creativity were in abundance in its fifth annual celebration. How did you get involved with the Maker Faire? What made you decide to participate this year?
Well, how I got involved in the Maker Faire last year, I was in. My mentor forwarded me a link to the Rhode Island one. When I was there, I met some people, like the main people, and they invited me to come to the World one. Came here last year, and I received the Editor's Choice ribbon. And then the White House contacted Maker and got my contact information. And the White House invited me to the first ever White House Maker Faire there. And then I got invited when I was at the White House back to come to the second one here this year. So this is my second time here this year.
Did you get to meet President Obama?
I didn't get to meet him, but I heard he walked past my project and saw my project. I did meet Will I Am, and I walked into Will I Am and I introduced myself, and he came over to my project and he really liked it, and he introduced me to the CEO of 3D Systems, Avi, and Dean came in as well. And then Will I Am actually brought me out to LA and put me in the studio, and I was 3D printing my whole entire project on a 3D printer by 3D Systems.
And tell me a little bit about this device here. Explain it to me.
Well, this is the People Mover. Originally, this project was to be made as just a transporter device, but then I found out that it had the potential to do way much more. So then I equipped it with safety features so it can assist the disabled and elderly population. So that's what you see right here. My display board right there shows you all the safety features that I have on my project. Really what started was my science fair project. So I went to the science project with like a Segway-like device, and then I figured out I needed to do more to it because I didn't win that competition. So what I did, I reflected on myself, and I added some safety features to keep the disabled and elderly safer. So that's what makes mine different from the original Segway, that I added safety features that the original Segway doesn't have. There's 3 versions of this. The first version I made in my school was like some part of it was in my garage, and some was at school using the machines at my school, the CNCs and everything, and the machine tech. And then the third version, I did with Will I Am, we went to LA and I 3D printed most of the part. I designed everything to be printed in 3D printer, with the base, which is the biggest piece, that was split up between 4 pieces that I designed. And that was going to take 96 hours to print one piece. But we decided just to go with a plexiglass frame instead of 3D printing all that. But I also printed the gearbox and the hub that connects the wheel and the control box as well for this device. So most of it is 3D printed.
And where did you learn the technology about 3D printing? It's still relatively new. How did you become such an expert on the process?
Well, it took me time. Really, the big part is designing the actual parts in the 3D program. I use Autodesk Inventor, so I was taught by my teacher, Miss Hardy, at my Southeastern Regional at my high school. So she taught me how to use that program, and over the years I got better and better. And I was able to go to LA, and then Scott Turner, which he works for 3D Systems, he just showed me how to set up the printer. So I took it out the box, we set it up, ran through the run-through, gave me the software on my computer, and I just took my CAD drawing from when I learned how to use CAD, and I just put that into the program he gave it to me, and then pressed the button, learned the process of how to print it, and then that's how I printed it.
I've seen people with robots and they're functioning like actual human beings. Can you tell us a little bit about this technology that's been developed?
Yeah, so the InMove robot is an open source project. It's grown very organically. So the technology that's involved in the InMove robot is that the robot is 3D printed, so you can 3D print all the parts with a home 3D printer. And the electronics are just basic electronics you can buy in any DIY store.
So saying the entire robot, you could download everything online. It's all open source, and you could use a 3D printer and create your robot at home.
The InMove robot you can download fully. You can go to our website, wevolver.com. All the files will be there for anybody to use, and 3D print on a 3D printer. So it's all free and all there to download for anybody. The company Revolver started by me and Bram. We're both from Holland, and we just want to highlight open source technology and bring people together to work on that. The project InMove started by Gaël Langevin. He's from Paris, and he just started to 3D design a hand, which became a robotic hand in the end, and from there it became bigger and bigger, and to where it's right now, a full-size humanoid robot. What is really cool about the IMO project is that right now all over the world more than 200 people are already building this robot that Gael invented and giving it their own twist. So people are connecting it to Oculus Rift and making it in all different shapes and sizes. And one cool spin-off project from the InMove robot is that people are making prosthetics from the parts that he created. So that's very interesting stuff that's happening right now.
So it's making a contribution to modern medicine and helping people also.
Yeah, the InMove robot is definitely making a contribution to modern medicine by making expensive prosthetics much more available to anybody.
Shake hand.
Did you say shake hand?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I am happy to shake a human hand.
These are a pair of long-distance hugging dolls. So the way they work is they can send hugs over long distances. So if I hug one doll, then the other doll's arms move forward. And it's supposed to be a tool for people in long-distance relationships to stay in touch, for kids and parents to stay in touch, anybody who's at a distance from each other and wants to stay in touch.
And also, show us your book as well.
Well, it's a book made with conductive ink, so it's got drawings that are interactive, and when you touch them, they make music, and then there's lots of other stuff in there, like pop-up zombie Barbie doll heads, lots of interactive surprises. It's supposed to, kind of play with the traditional experience of reading a book. I wanted to see how far I could really push the experience.
Together. The dress is based on the Victorian language of the flowers, and what that is a coded messaging through flowers by giving different flowers that have different meanings. We've chosen flowers that have very negative meanings for the dress. And what we did was we took those flowers and made laser cut designs out of them, out of velvet, and then underneath that velvet is conductive fabric. The dress itself has a speaker and the shoulder pad, and the conductive fabric is activated when you hold the ground and then touch the dress.
What is the meaning behind the dress? What was your impetus to design this?
Well, we were just thinking about, I guess, the way women are objectified in our culture, and the way we're kind of expected to look really pretty and sexy at all times, and kind of do whatever everyone else wants us to do. And flowers are pretty and, I guess, stereotypically feminine. And we kind of like the idea of subverting that by looking for negative meanings and then making them scream. And, it's kind of like saying, hey, don't touch my body, go away, I don't like that, just let me be, let me do what I want. And I also really liked the idea of just walking around, in a public space or in an art exhibit and kind of turning my body into an art installation of sorts.
The dress also has meaning of how the outside world views your body versus how you yourself view your body. Flowers themselves look very inviting, very beautiful, but the different meanings of the flowers subvert that initial response.
Both are very talented. This is really great. Any final words on just the participation here at Maker Faire and how you enjoyed yourself?
I love Maker Faire. Maker Faire is wonderful. Been coming here for 4 years, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Congratulations on all the good work.